Praxair's grab-and-go advanced respiratory system is a convenient way to deliver portable oxygen and other medical gases. This video introduces you to the specific features of both the Grab-and-Go 3 and the Grab-and-Go Vantage. It will explain their setup and use to help ensure that you use them properly and safely. We'll also provide instructions for the proper handling and storage of the Grab-and-Go, and we'll review the safety precautions for working with oxygen. The innovative Grab-and-Go design combines an oxygen regulator and pressure gauge in one unit, which is permanently mounted on a portable medical oxygen cylinder. It eliminates the hassles of locating and attaching a separate regulator to save you time and money. While the use of the Grab-and-Go is simple, remember that pressurized oxygen vigorously accelerates combustion. As with any high-pressure oxygen cylinder, proper safety practices must be followed at all times. All Grab-and-Go systems contain an integral regulator, a flow-adjusting knob to set the oxygen flow in clearly numbered increments, an easy-to-read gauge that displays a continuous indication of cylinder pressure, and a tough plastic housing that doubles as a convenient carrying handle. The Grab-and-Go 3 provides flow rates from a ½ liter to 15 liters per minute. The Grab-and-Go Vantage system, with its distinctive white flow-adjusting knob, provides flow rates from a ½ liter to 25 liters per minute at the barbed outlet port. The Vantage also comes equipped with a threaded DISS auxiliary connection to deliver higher flow rates for powering demand valves or portable ventilators. When the flow-adjusting knob is set to AUX, this port provides unrestricted high flow rates of up to 100 liters per minute at 50 psi. The Grab-and-Go system operates only when positioned at the flow rates marked on the flow-adjusting knob. Do not attempt to use the unit between marked flow settings. There is no flow between settings. If the intended flow is not marked on the flow-adjusting knob, do not attempt to use the system. Consult your physician for a different flow rate or a different system. Before using the Grab-and-Go system, check the label to determine the cylinder contains oxygen. Do not assume the cylinder's contents based on color alone. Next, check the contents gauge. If the gauge indicates 500 psi or less, marked by a red zone labeled refill, return it for a full cylinder. Before attaching the oxygen tubing, inspect the barbed outlet port to ensure oxygen flow and cleanliness of the port. If you notice or suspect oil, grease, or other contaminants, do not use the system. Do not attempt to repair the unit. Separate the unit from active cylinders to avoid it being used inadvertently. Notify your Praxair representative immediately. With the barbed outlet port facing away from you, turn the flow-adjusting knob clockwise to purge the system. Then turn the flow-adjusting knob counterclockwise to the off position. Attach the oxygen tubing to the regulator's barbed outlet port located in the access hole on the side of the housing. Make sure the tubing is not folded, kinked, or crushed. To activate the flow of oxygen, turn the knob clockwise from the off position to the desired setting. Never force the knob. It has a limited range of travel of about 300 degrees. Always verify flow at the patient's end of the tubing before applying. The Grab-and-Go system operates only when positioned at the flow rates marked on the flow-adjusting knob. These are marked in liters per minute. As you turn the knob, you will feel the unit click into place. Do not operate the system between marked flow rate settings. Oxygen flows properly only when the flow-adjusting knob is stopped at one of the numbered click stops. If the intended flow rate is not marked on the flow-adjusting knob, do not attempt to use the system. Consult your physician for a different flow rate or a different system. To turn the system off, turn the flow-adjusting knob counterclockwise to the off position. When higher flow rates are required to power portable ventilators and demand valves, use the auxiliary port found only on the Grab-and-Go Vantage system. It can deliver unrestricted high flow rates of up to 100 liters per minute. Connect the oxygen supply hose to the auxiliary port DISS threaded connector. Rotate the flow selector knob clockwise until the AUX setting is visible in the flow setting window, and verify flow at the device. Never attach a patient directly to the auxiliary port. The auxiliary port's flow rate is not regulated, and excessive flow to the patient will result. When the flow adjusting knob is in the AUX setting, no oxygen is supplied to the outlet port. For optimum safety, it's important to understand the proper handling and storage of the grab and go. As with all pressurized oxygen systems, care must be taken. Regularly inspect the barbed outlet port for physical damage, traces of dust, dirt, oil, or grease. If your unit is equipped with the auxiliary port, inspect this port in the same way. If you spot oil or grease or other contaminants, or you suspect their presence, do not use the unit. Do not attempt to remove the oil or grease or repair the unit. Isolate it. Notify your Praxair representative immediately so that it can be serviced by qualified personnel. Portable oxygen therapy systems are inherently subject to greater abuse than stationary units are. Avoid jarring or dropping the unit. You should place it in a holder or cart designed to accept these cylinders whenever possible. The grab-and-go system should be stored indoors to protect it from temperature extremes and the elements. Do not store it near heat or open flame. Choose a safe area where the units will not fall over or be damaged by falling objects. Never store the grab-and-go system in an elevated location because a fall could seriously damage the regulator or the cylinder. If a system is dropped or knocked over, check to see that the components are not contaminated, bent, or damaged, and that the connections remain secure. While it's very simple to use the grab and go, remember that pressurized oxygen vigorously accelerates combustion. Materials that burn in air burn hotter and brighter in oxygen. Oil, grease, and other hydrocarbons can ignite violently or explode in the presence of high-pressure oxygen. Every grab and go system includes a pressure-reducing regulator and an automatically activated pressure relief valve. Continuous or intermittent escape of gas from the regulator indicates a malfunction or leak. If a leak of any kind is suspected, do not use the unit. Never attempt to repair or remove the regulator from the cylinder. Call your Praxair representative for a replacement. Here are some other precautions to keep in mind when using any oxygen cylinder. Use the unit only with equipment designed and cleaned for oxygen service. Keep the cylinder, regulator, and connections free of oil, grease, and other hydrocarbons. Do not lubricate. Do not smoke or allow open flames in areas where oxygen is stored or in use. Never wrap the unit in bed covers or carry it under clothing. Always turn the unit off when not in use so that no oxygen flows from the outlet. The unit is designed for use above 32 degrees Fahrenheit up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Low temperature or ice may delay or prevent the flow of oxygen. Do not use or store the unit near heat or flame. Do not expose the cylinder to direct sunlight for long periods or to any condition where the temperature exceeds 130 degrees Fahrenheit or 54 degrees Celsius. Keep the unit out of reach of children. To clean the cover, use a clean, lint-free cloth and water. Do not clean with flammable liquids such as alcohol. This system is only for use by or on the order of a physician. Do not activate the unit unless you have been trained in its proper functioning or are under competent supervision. Avoid extended use of this unit except on the advice of a physician. The cylinder contains high-pressure USP-grade oxygen. Leaking cylinders should be turned off and placed outdoors. Mark the unit as unserviceable and notify your Praxair representative. Do not take a steel cylinder into an MRI environment. Never use the outlet port when the auxiliary port is in operation. Before using the cylinder, read the label and verify that the cylinder contents are labeled oxygen. Do not assume it contains oxygen based on its color alone. If you follow these instructions, you'll find the Praxair Grab and Go safe and convenient to use. Before using the system, please read and understand the full list of safety precautions we provide in the operating instructions. At Praxair, we hope you enjoy the convenience of our innovative Grab and Go advanced respiratory systems. Their simple, innovative design can save you time and money. We believe the Grab and Go system is a major step forward. It's just one more example of the innovative products and solutions Praxair Healthcare Services is proud to provide.